Hi Libra, here's a general look at your solar chart for February 2014, and there is quite a less inward, more fun, lighter vibration around where the Sun is going to be up until the 19th, and so you get more opportunities to be in an environment with scope for play, for enjoyment, entertainment, that kind of thing. But also another way this can work is more action with children, young people, and yet another way is this is the house of romance as well. So there can be, for some of you, admiring glances going between you, to and fro between you. You could be whistling while you work though, because Mercury, which is going to be retrograde for most of the month, is in, up until the 13th, an area of chores, daily schedules, the to-do list, that kind of thing. So you're going to have, a weather eye on all of that basic practical stuff to do with work, to do with health, that can be yours or another's. But it could be that you just get more chances to go out and play, or to hang out with others whose company you enjoy, or to allow that inner child of yours to come out a little bit more and be more creative. This is a very creative position for the Sun. There's an unusual setup really this month, because even always the slower outer planets are staying in one sign for many months, but even the usually faster inner planets are kind of sticking in one position at the moment. Venus is still in Capricorn, where it was from late last year, and also Mars is still in your sign, where it started from in early December last year. So and even Mercury is retrograding from Pisces to Aquarius and then back into Pisces next month again. So they're all of them in specific areas and emphasizing those areas even more, rather than just whizzing all the way through them very quickly. So with Mercury's retrograding from the 6th to the 28th, and the first part of the transit is in this very practical area, very maintenance orientated. You might have to think about repairs and maintenance, and stitch in time house, that one there, and just getting ahead of the game. It would be smart, with all of those practical things, whether it's to do with duties at work or at home, or to do with health, to do with a project you're working on, anything like that. And then from the 13th, Mercury moves into a more fun, innovative area. It comes into the area of the Sun. It's more entertainments there, possibly, but also more talking, with discussing things with children, or because of children or young people, and more connecting with romance as well, which is the same as where the Sun will be up until the 19th. Another thing about this area here is you could get you thinking far more creatively in a lighter kind of a way from the 13th onwards. Having said all that, it is a retrograde period, and because it's a retrograde period, things tend to slow down anyway. We don't get the communication back that we're waiting for. We can't get the work done at the time we thought we could. We can't, we have to change plans, schedules, or they get changed for us. Travel can have glitches. So rather than stress about the hold-ups or the crossed wires, just calm down, slow down, and just kind of contemplate a little bit more, go with the flow, and just kind of picture, really, more than using the logic, about what's realistically doable. Think more deeply about things, dot the I's, cross the T's, that sort of stuff. Mercury does also transit over Saturn between the 18th and the 22nd. Oh, rather, they're transiting over each other, really, and that means that you could have to take things more seriously there. There could be more on your plate there, to do with that creative area, the area to do with young people, children, romantic partners, any creative or speculative project. Really, with Mercury there, you could be beating the drum on something, but maybe it just takes longer to get the word out on something. Trickster energy can be very strong with Mercury there. Someone playing a prank on you, or you doing, you playing games with somebody else. But it in general, apart from the retrograde and apart from the Saturn transit, it's a more creatively expressive time, but you just maybe got to work a bit harder at it and overcome the hurdles. Venus, your ruling planet, is in this, continues this long transit of Capricorn until early March, beaming a very friendly, sociable light into the root of your chart. This is lovely. This is like underfloor heating right in your own backyard and in your space. This can manifest in lots of ways. It can mean a more harmonious environment in general, or a more harmonious interaction with parents, anybody, in the family. Also in extended family, in the tribe or the neighborhood or a community, and also this would be a good time to decorate or embellish your space, or in fact move, all other things considered, and there's about a million other things to consider, but I mean just this one here, getting to a space or a place that you prefer, getting more access to the beauties of nature, working more closely with nature, or even dialoguing with the nature spirits. This would be a great transit for that. And you being more, I don't know, kind of balanced within emotionally, you feeling more bon ami, and warmth, and maybe playing the host more to others, or being the visitor more to others as well. And others tend to show their appreciation, show how they value you more, and vice versa. You may be valuing a member of the family or a space or a place more yourself. Now until July, Mars is in your sign, and this is really going to accelerate things around you, Libra. This means that you need to be more decisive and kind of forward going, because things just start to speed up. So you've got to either keep up, or in fact what Mars likes to do is initiate and get the ball rolling on things. But it tends to bring more hustle and bustle around you, so therefore more stamina and physical energy might be needed from you. But Mars tends to endow us with that when Mars kind of rolls into our sign. But you can wear yourself out. Mars can run you ragged, because Mars doesn't tend to have an off switch. So anyway, as Mars is about initiating things, whether you choose to or not, whether you're in the mood to or not, you find yourself in the position where you've got to be the motivator. You've got to get things going. You've got to be more physically active, and for whatever the reason. And some of you will get plunged into situations which just demand from you that you be the leader, you be assertive, you be decisive, and you've got to work harder at that. So even though though Mars does tend to boost vitality, don't let him sap your energy through the demands, sorry, wobble camera, coming at you through the world out there. Try to engineer more spaces every day for you to put your feet up and have more R&R. You can do that, Libra. And you are quite a past master at relaxation, or you could be, if you put your mind to it, even just a small part of your mind, really. And this is your opportunity to get with whatever program you need to, either for yourself or for others, to improve things. Mars doesn't like hanging around. Mars is a little bit short on patience. So, you could get on the wrong side of others, really, or in fact the Mars aggression could come at you through others. But as long as you just keep using that Libra diplomacy, your ability to be impartial, and you don't get yourself stuck as piggy in the middle, which is so often what happens to you Librans, then and you watch your step, because Mars can be accident prone as well. so be aware of that, then everything should be fine. And you Librans born 14th to 17th of October, or with 21 to 24 degrees rising, are going to feel that energy the most this month, although the whole sign will feel it. Until next July, Jupiter is in your career area, so opening more doors there, more opportunities for you coming in there, Libra. And not all will be leading in the to the road you should travel, but and you could be puzzling, you know, which is the best option for me here, but at least the options are more likely to be there. However, with one proviso, that you put yourself out into environments, or you make it known that you're there, so that people can, you know, or these opportunities by serendipity or whatever can just come to you. Okay, so if you stay, you know, huddled up in your own little kind of safe space, and don't even go online, then you know, Jupiter won't be able to deliver the you know, Jupiter's a little bit like Santa Claus, really. It won't be able to, if you got your chimney blocked up, can't deliver the prezzies. So anyway, by the end of this transit, you should begin to feel more established in a field of something or other, whether it's, you know, a professional one, or whether it's just a general sort of direction that you think, okay, yeah, this is a good way to go. And this could come at you through somebody else, it could come at you out of a clear blue sky, but it's up to you to be the one to choose to follow it up, you see. And that's where the kind of, you know, the tricky bit is. But Jupiter generally wants to expand you, and will tend to, up at the top of your chart, expand you and help you grow, so you can grow into something that you're doing maybe over the wider stage, that which you personally can identify more closely with than before. Now, just a note about mid-January through February, Jupiter is opposite Pluto, which can mean that there can be a bit of a clash of wills, or power struggle, or seesawing, because you have got your way of seeing this thing and somebody else has got their way, and you see them as being too much in control of the situation, and you want to get more control of the situation, or vice versa, in fact. So anyway, you would like to run up some kind of resistance there, not every day, all day, I don't mean that, but try not to fixate too much on, like, this is the only way I can see this, you know. I mean, you are, again, a past master at compromise as well. However, do not overdo that. I mean, you do have to stick up for what you know and feel is right. However, with Pluto, whenever we get a dose of Pluto, then we got to kind of let go of something. So that's modifying a position, or working around something. We got to let go of something in order to allow something else to flourish, you see. So anyway, however that comes out for you, you'll know. And then from late January to the end of the first week of February, we've got Jupiter going over Venus, which could mean somebody comes along and broadens your horizons in some way. You're learning something new through this person, and yes, so that is quite a good one, really. But don't go, you know, hook, line and sinker, lock, stock and barrel with their way, but just, you know, enjoy it for what it is. But also hold your own space. Now, Saturn is no longer in your sign, but it is in an area related to the material, physical side of life. And that's where you've got to maybe sometimes worry the most about things financial, about property matters, possessions, basic stuff. Saturn does actually rule fear. Wherever she goes, she tends to set up a fear dynamic, because we get a bit kind of overcautious or worried, and we second guess, and that's to do with stress testing to see if we're strong enough to take whatever she's kind of, whatever is kind of bubbling up and emerging through the frequency of her being in a certain segment of the chart. So this is a time for you where you need to really be realistic about managing the piggy bank and lines of supply and cash or vegetables or property or a small piece of kit, whatever it is. And because it's long transit, it's probably going to be more than one thing. And gradually, you know, it will take shape and come together. And of course, this is just your solar chart. Saturn is probably somewhere completely different in your natal chart. So the two of them will kind of link, really. But consistency is the key. Not giving up is the key. But however, you may you know, it can make or break some previous plan. So, or some previous budget, you know. So it's for you to know when it reaches that, goes right up to the wire. And then that might be the break point. So it's up to you. And you Librans born between the 14th and the 17th of October with 21 to 24 degrees rising are to feel this energy the most. And that's it for February. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. It'll add to or subtract from what I've said here. But also, if you want to see what the outer, slower moving planets are doing, that's all been refreshed and updated on my website. So you can find, you know, the stars for 2014 and just read up, because they are also, you know, the directors and the producers behind all of these actors and actresses on the stage that I've been talking about here. Well, up to about Mars, really. So if you want to know what those outer planets are doing, have a look at that on my website, and I'll see you the next time.